Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about delves and everything you need to know about delves, how they work, the features, the rewards, a few little tips and tricks here and there. Just everything you need to know about this brand new system which is coming in the War Within expansion. But before we jump into all of that, guys, I do want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, War Within, and more, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Right, so yes, delves are coming in the War Within. Delves are a new evergreen feature to the game, designed for players who enjoy outdoor world content and don't do dungeons and raids and things of that nature. Basically, this feature was created for me, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I've done a ton of testing on the beta and thoroughly enjoy this system. So let's begin with what is a delve. So a delve is instance content which is short form and takes around 5 to 15 minutes to complete. These are designed as a new pillar of World of Warcraft gameplay. Similar to dungeons and raids, you now have delves on top of that. There are no timers on this, and there are no restrictions on how many you can do. These are designed for 1 to 5 players with an NPC companion who we'll talk about in a bit. This system is inspired by things like islands and Torghast and scenarios, and it feels like a solo dungeon at times when you are doing it on your own, obviously. But as mentioned, you can do this with 1 to 5 people. You can do it with 2, 3, whatever, and you have your little NPC companion helping you out. And what's cool about this is as you go through the short form content, there are like respawn points, you know, so if you do die, you get to jump back to a point in the delve. So you don't have to do a ton of running back, and you can just take as long as you like and just enjoy the content. There's absolutely no pressure to do it super quick and min-max it. It's just a nice casual bit of gameplay that you can just dive in that takes like, 20 minutes at most. Now, delves do come in a variety of difficulties ranging from tier 1 to tier 11. Yes, these go to 11. Now, to select your difficulty, all you have to do is go up to the delve in the world and a drop down will appear, giving you a little bit of information about what you can expect from rewards and the level of difficulty and the item level recommended for that tier of difficulty. Now, as of the launch of the War Within, Tier 1 to 3 will be available in early access and launch, but once the season begins, you will have access to Tier 4 to Tier 11. Now, at the start of the season, these will not be unlocked. Unlocking the next tier of difficulty requires you to complete the previous tier with revives remaining. Yep, revives, remember from Torghast? Now, revives aren't as punishing as they are in Torghast. Revives do appear once you start doing a Tier 4 or higher. You'll have around 5 or so each run. Losing all your revives doesn't end your run, but it does affect your rewards. So you want to try and not die as many times, but you can still get your rewards at the end. They're just not going to be as good. And as mentioned, if you do complete it with revives remaining, you unlock the next tier of difficulty. Now, what's good about this is they do actually unlock it across all 12 of the delves. You don't have to do all individual unlocks. If you've unlocked a tier 5 on one delve, that's going to unlock them across the board, which is super nice. And this is an account-wide unlock as well. A lot of this is account-wide, just to preface, I guess. It's all kind of warband. But yes, there are 12 delves, technically 13, but we'll talk about that in a sec. So the 12 delves are Fungal Folly, Kriegville's Rest, the Earthcrawl Mines, the Dread Pit, the Waterworks, the Mycomancer Cavern, the Nightfall Sanctum, the Sinkhole, the Skittering Breach, the Spiral Weave, Takrethan Abyss, and the Underkeep. Now, these delves are not randomly generated. However, there are 3 different versions of each of these delves. So in total, there's about 36 different varieties of delve here, which is really cool, especially from launch. And these will rotate every single day. So every day that you go into a specific delve, there'll be a different version ranging from 1 to 3. Now, as mentioned, there is a 13th delve, and this is called Zekthir's Lair. We don't know too much about this as it wasn't tested on beta, but we do know it's more like a Mage Tower-like challenge mode as opposed to the other delves, which are more like small dungeons of sorts. This delve is unlocked by completing your Delver's Journey, which we'll go into more details in a minute. So let's talk about our Delve companion. In Season 1 of the War Within, it will be Bran Bronzebeard. Now, this is planned to change every season of the War Within and beyond, but as of the recording of this, it is Bran Bronzebeard. Now, Bran will join you on every single delve. He's super handy if you are playing playing solo, but it will also join you if you have multiple players. Now, if you want to switch your loadout for Bran, you can do that on the new Delves tab, which also shows your progression through Delves, and you could choose whether you want him to be a DPS or a healer. Now, this can be swapped anytime outside the Delves just using that new tab, but once you're inside the Delves, you can only do it at the Explorers League supply crates, which are just scattered around the Delve. Now, Bran does have levels. He has a max level of level 60, and this is account wide, so if you have a level 10 Bran on one character, you will have a level 10 Bran on all your characters, which is super nice. Now, he levels up through doing Delves, through doing kills and completion and random items throughout the Delve that you can click. He'll just level up all the time as you're progressing through. As he levels, he will unlock more abilities, which is super nice, and if you're in a group, the group leader's Bran will be the one that you choose, so make sure you're getting someone who has more of the abilities unlocked. Another part of Bran's customization are the churros, so these come in two different varieties. These are combat and utility. Each of these has 4 ranks and there are 13 to collect. These are dropped at the end of Delves. These are essentially like trinkets of sorts, so you can swap and change these out as you please. Obviously the rank 4 ones being the best ones, and they're like the epic ones you can get. But it is very cool to have an NPC companion joining you. Definitely really handy if you're not a healing class. He will heal you a lot, and he will also do damage while healing. But of course, if you do just want him to blast, you could just stick him in DPS, and it helps you along the Delve. But yeah, very fun little feature, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other companions we get in the future. Another important part of Delves are Bountiful Delves. So every day, a few Delves will become bountiful. You'll know a Delve is bountiful because the icon on the map changes and the portal will be yellow. When a Delve is bountiful, there'll be an extra chest at the end of the Delve. Now, this chest will drop the best gear from Delves. This will also include extra currency. So you want to be doing these Bountiful Delves as they come up. Once they are completed, they are consumed, so you can't just run endless Bountiful Delves. So make sure you're doing this on the highest tier that you can possibly do. The gear cap's out at 8, so 8 will probably be preferable here. But to open the chest at the end of these Bountiful Delves, you will require a key. This is a restored coffer key. You're going to get a ton of these in the War Within. Now, these are rewarded mostly from weekly activities, but are also farmed through the World Soul Memory event, which is a new event in Kaz Algar. I do have a video on that, so I'll link that below if you do want to check that out. These also do come from some of the renown rewards of the new War Within renowns, but they're also purchasable from a vendor if you are far enough on your Delver's journey. So let's talk about the Delver's journey. So the Delver's journey is a seasonal progression for Delves. This bar is viewable on your Delve tab. This bar is progressed mainly through a weekly quest that you obtain, but also you do gain Delver's journey from completing Delves. Now, on this bar are various rewards at different points, including toys, purchasable Delve keys, resonance crystals, the option to purchase adventurer catch-up gear from a vendor, which is super nice, and various customizations for the Delve mount, which is the Delver's Dirigible. So this is a new customizable mount, which will be available very early on in the max level campaign, so it's very likely you're going to be getting this during early access and definitely during launch. Now, this is a customizable aircraft mount with various different customizations, which are all unlocked through Delves, so you can either buy them through a vendor or you can unlock them through the Delver's journey. There's no RNG in regards to unlocks here, which is super nice, so we don't have the problem we did with manuscripts, and it's just a really, really nice looking mount, and it does look like something we are going to continue to customize as we go through the seasons, as there are tons of different customizations which are not available on this mount as of season 1, but have been added to the model. There is also a special void version of this for season 1 for completing Zekthir's lair on your own, which looks really, really cool actually. So let's talk about the most important part of Delves, rewards. Why are we doing Delves? So, rewards are purchased at the Delver's headquarters in Dornagol. The Delve currency is called Undercoin. This is a currency you're going to get quite a lot of, and this drops exclusively inside Delves. This is warbound transferable as well, so if you do have various amounts of Undercoin, you can transfer them around your character with no tax on that, so that is a one-to-one transfer. With this currency, you can buy toys, customizations for the Delve mount, the warbound adventurer catch-up gear as mentioned, and restored coffer keys if your Delver's journey has progressed. But also inside the Delves there's a chance of cosmetic items dropping, like silly hats and bag pieces and all sorts of things like that, which of course will all be discovered once the expansion launches, but there is a ton of fun cosmetics and toys which do drop from Delves. But that is all cosmetic stuff. Let's talk about gear. Gear from Delves. Yes, this is going to be a very important gearing path for a certain type of player. That player is me. And of course, the gear that drops at the end of a delve will get progressively better with every tier of difficulty. And this caps out at tier 8. There is 11 tiers. 9, 10, and 11 are essentially just cosmetic and achievement tiers. So yeah, you can just choose to do those if you want, but there's no real power advantage from doing those tiers. Now, every delve does have a chance of gear dropping at the end, and it is listed on the UI, which is super nice. And as mentioned, Bountiful Delves do drop better gear if you do have a restored coffer key. One very exciting thing about delves as well is that they've been added to the Great Vault. Now, this can be progressed by doing any type of delve, so it doesn't have to be bountiful. And of course, the rewards will scale all the way up to tier 8. So if you're doing a bunch of tier 8s in a week, you will have various different vault options at the end of the reset. Now, the gear and trinkets and rings and things like that do come from the Great Vault are just items from delves. There is also a chance it can drop the current season's tier set, which is super nice. But if you do get a delve specific item, it will be at a much higher item level. The highest item level you can get from delves is around about mid heroic raid as of season 1. Of course, that might change over time, but obviously the different crests you get from delves will pretty much get you to mid heroic. If you're doing mythic plus or raiding on top of that, you can go even higher by upgrading the gear. So it's definitely a very, very good source of gearing, and definitely the highest gear level that someone who plays solo will ever be able to get in World of Warcraft. So finally, let's talk about achievements in delves. There are a ton of achievements for delves. It even has its own section with a War Within section. So Blizzard are definitely going hard on this in regards to making this an evergreen feature that we'll see in future expansions. But yes, there are a ton of different achievements, including a new meta achievement, which does reward the Ivory Goliathus. Now, I do have a full video on this achievement guide, so if you do need some help with that, I do have a video which I'll link in the description. But yes, this is going to keep you extremely busy trying to do all of these achievements inside delves. So that's it. That is everything you need to know about delves. Now, my goal with this video was to make it more evergreen in regards to like not getting too detailed about item levels and things like that, as delves will be a feature we're going to see progress over future expansions of World of Warcraft. But of course, if there are any major changes to delves, I'll update a video to that. I would imagine this is going to progress throughout seasons. We're going to get different changes and things like that based off of feedback. But as of right now, the beta version of delves and the version that's coming in early access and launch, I am quite a big fan of. I think it's probably the best version of like islands and Torghast and scenarios that we've had so far. Very much looking forward to see how this progresses throughout the future of World of Warcraft. So let me know down below, guys, what you think of delves. Have you played them on the beta? Have you played them on launch or early access? Or even in Season 1? Let me know down below what the general consensus is. It'll be funny if in a couple months everyone hates them and I've gone ahead and said, yeah, they're great. Be funny to see. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. If you'd like this video, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon, and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And as mentioned, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, War Within Early Access, Launch, Season 1, and beyond, I'm from twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.